From Los Angeles, California, we're the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who threw his pants and undies out the window and is currently spinning a basketball on the tip of his boner like the Harlem Chode Trotters.
Oh, man. I was trying to add on to your joke, man. You nailed it.
That's Geoff Clark.
What's up? What's up, y'all?
And beaming to us from the afterlife, the bearded booger-eating specter known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo, what up?
It's good to have you back in the MSPH studios, Geoff. You and Lil Mama in her command center.
Yep. Back in the set. Pretty excited. We recorded the pilot of Dragon Ball Queef. For all the Patreon subscribers, you'll have something new hitting your feed in the next couple days or so. So that's exciting. And
yeah, I feel like Wednesday's a good amount of time to get that chopped up and posted.
Wednesday, check that out in your Patreon. And of course, I brought Little Mama with me because she's like pretty much like seriously the chillest fucking dog ever. Like she's so chill. We're so lucky and spoiled that we didn't have to deal with her as a puppy, but she just hangs. She's just gonna sit on this chair like an adult.
Yeah. There's two blankets on that chair. She's right next to Geoff, and she will be there the entire time we're podcasting.
Yeah, she might lay down, but on the chair. And she's awesome. So yeah, it's sick. And supposedly Rant is gonna come over later, share some in and out. She gets to meet Little Mama, so I'm excited.
Is that why Rent is coming over, strictly to meet Little Mama?
Yeah, it's not to fucking hang out with me.
Because you guys don't hang out on the weekdays usually, right?
Not usually, but we do. But she was just like, when she found out Geoff and Lil Mama were coming over and she still has yet to meet Lil Mama, she was like, I just have to come and pet her a little bit.
I know, it's weird how like little I've hung out with. I was about to say, it's how weird how little I hung out with your girlfriend, but I guess not really. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we've really only hung out for the 626 night market thing. So
yeah, but Geoff and I have been marathoning today. We banged out 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Queef, so we can just sort of space those out.
I didn't want to say that. You said that. Yeah, I never say that. I never. I think once I referenced that on Supermarket Queefs when we did 2 episodes in one day.
Look, I mean, we have 3 people leading 3 different lives with 3 different schedules, and we crank out a fuckload of content. So every now and then we do have to just double up when we can get together.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you ruined my, like, pauses and my ums in the second Dragon Ball Queefs episode, because I was like, we watched One Punch Man. Like, I knew what we watched. We did it fucking 20 minutes. I tried to make it unique and organic or not. I don't know, not like they were recorded back to back, but you just fucking spilled the beans, so.
I did.
Yeah,
well, you just spilled the beans on what show we watched. So yeah, we watched One Punch Man.
This is terrible. This is not this
is what happens when I upset the apple cart and we record 5 hours later than normal.
That's like the second time, and I think in as many episodes, where I accused Kevin of doing something, and I did something worse in accusing him.
Far worse in your accusation.
Now I'm the asshole. All right, well, Dragon Ball Queef Wednesday. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. We've just been, me and Kevin, been broing down like the old days.
Yep. Just cranking out content. And speaking of Patreon, man, we have to jump right in. So people that are familiar with our Patreon, you know, Geoff, I think that was one of the OG shows when we launched the $10 tier of Patreon. We're like, okay, people want a second tier. Now we got to fucking come up with stuff to put on it. And Geoff started doing Between Two Flushes, where when he goes and takes a shit, he'll take his phone out and he'll film himself ranting about something while he poops, and then it gets uploaded. And the topic of this week's or I guess last week's at this point. We even forgot to talk about this last week, but your Between Two Flushes were so fucking epic. I couldn't stop laughing. When Pooh Team 6 gathered to defeat some fools in Fortnite, you gave us more details on it, and I couldn't keep my composure. This is fucking epic. I feel like we're gonna have to like mark this as like a best of episode, because I even talked about this in front of Tully and Katie before we started doing a show. I'm like, you're never gonna believe this fucking story, and they're like, oh my god, can you tell this on the show? And I like tease it at the tail end of a Patreon show, but I couldn't even remember all the details. So I just,
yeah, it was ridiculous. So it was really Shuddy. Did you watch my Between Two Flushes? Or are you getting this story for the first time?
I'm going to admit I'm getting this story for the first time.
Oh, dude, I'm envious of you that you get to experience this for the first time.
This is just like getting the basketball story. I got that for the first time when we talked about it.
Well, it's another basketball story. So
yeah,
perfect. So my last two Between Two Flushes have been basketball stories. So it was really nice out last week in Long Beach. I decided to go play basketball by the beach, and that always has a pretty fucking like random crowd. It's mostly black guys, right? But there are just some randoms there. It's kind of hooded. It's a Long Beach beach, whatever. Anyway, so I go down and play 21, which is like an every man for themselves basketball game. Me, these two black guys. Whatever. We finish the game. One of them leaves, and me and this other guy are just shooting around, kind of waiting for more people to show up, waiting to play another game. I don't know. This other guy shows up and was like, hey, do you guys want to play? And immediately before I say anything, the guy I just played with, who actually just beat me, immediately is like, oh, I only play for money. Like, we can only play for money. I'll play for fives. That's it. And like,
did you lose money to him?
No, he didn't play me for money. I would have.
Okay.
I was so down for $5. Fuck yeah, like yeah, I will play, because he shouldn't have beat me the first time. This is besides the story, but anyways,
So when he said a 5 spot, he meant $5.
Yeah,
not $500.
No, $5.
Okay,
I would have been down for either. Honestly,
I know you would have. You're a degenerate gambler.
Yeah, for sure. And I definitely would have
5,000.
I definitely would have fucking beaten him. But I don't know, like this part of the story is like not even the most interesting part, not even close. So the guy, some guy like shows up and asks us if we want to play 21. He's like, no, I only play for money. I only play for money. This guy replies, and I quote, I shit you not, Shuddy, this is what he says. He says, well, money is a good resource. It's actually one of the best resources, but I'm more into energy. I'm more of an energy guy, and I think it's more important the energy you put into things instead of money. Now, my brain was fucking broken when he said that. Like, I couldn't believe he replied to like some guy challenging him for money with, I'm more into energy. Like, what the fuck, dude? And it was like Michael Scott level of like cringe. So like, he goes on, he goes on and says more like mystic nonsense hippie bullshit, but I turn on my headphones because I can't even listen. I don't want to like lock eyes with this guy. I don't want to pretend what he's saying isn't retarded, or just I don't want to like tell him like you're being an idiot. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, right? So as he's like saying this shit, this energy shit to the other guy's not trying to hear it either. He's like, all right, word, whatever, dog, whatever. And it's just like, is trying to like get away from him, is like shooting the basketball away from him, and is like done talking to this dude, right? So we don't end up playing a game. Me and that other guy, the energy guy, are still hanging around the core waiting for more people to show up, play more basketball, whatever. Another guy shows up, asks if we want to play 21. We're both down, like, yeah. So I have my headphones on, I'm shooting. They start a conversation on the other side of the court. The ball bounces over to them, and I hear them talking. And the guy is like, so what's your name? He's talking to the energy guy, the guy who just showed up. He said, what's your name? The energy guy, looks at me, gives me a look like, can you believe this motherfucker's asking me my name? And he's like, laughs. He's like, what do you mean? The guy's like, what do you mean? What do I mean? He's like, do you mean my government name or my spiritual name? The guy, he says something else. The guy cuts him off. He's like, what do people call you? He's like, oh, well, I go by instinctual motivation. And I just like, Like same thing. Like I'm just like pretty much running away from the streets. I don't want
now. So now you think that guy is crazy for calling himself whatever that crazy name was?
Instinctual motivation.
Yeah, he called like that's how he wants to be referred to as instinctual motivation.
How do you feel about Ghostface Killer's son being named Supreme Intelligence?
I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, but his father named him that. Like that.
Okay.
Which is,
all right.
Like, that's a crazy thing to have someone say to you, but like this guy being like, can you believe this motherfucker's asking me my name? And for him to respond instinctual motivation is just like, dude, you're not a rapper. Like your father isn't a rapper. Like it makes, like it's just, this guy is talking fucking nonsense, right? Just talking out of his ass. And I couldn't listen to it. I honestly, it was just so cringy. It was so stupid. I couldn't listen to it. But the other guy who showed up is like entertaining him. Like they're having a conversation. Like after he replied to, well, what do you mean? What's my name? Like I would have just stopped talking. I'm like, all right, we're good here. This guy just kept going back with him. What do people call you? And then I don't know, like you just have like just this weird, like very like fucking like spacey hippie vibe to him. If you've ever seen Atlanta, which I don't think either one of you have ever seen, but he's pretty much like
I have.
Oh, okay. He's pretty much like Keith Stanfield. He's just a little weirder version of Keith Stanfield.
He was African American.
Yeah, he's a black dude, and he was dressed in like Black History Month colors, like the red, white, or the red, green, and black, like fist. Like he had those colors on.
Did he smell?
No.
Did he like with that hippy dippy bullshit? You would almost expect the person to reek of patchouli.
No, he didn't. And I got close enough, like guarding him in basketball. No, he didn't like have a stink to him, but
or a pot smell.
Well, it's tough to say because I smell like pot. You know, everyone, they're smoking blunts on the side of the court. Like
every time I get a whiff of pot somewhere, I'm like,
yeah, I don't know.
Is it me?
I don't know.
I'm not 100% sure where it's coming from. I hope it's not me.
But that guy actually did start to stink because while we're playing 21, we're playing like a 6-7 person deep 21 game. It was fucking. We should have just played 3-on-3. But this guy straight up farted on someone while we were playing 21. Like it wasn't like a malicious farted on someone. He was guarding someone and he farted. I guess that's probably the better way to describe it. This motherfucker farted in the middle of a basketball game. I've played hours, years of basketball worth of hours played, and I count on how many times, like on one hand, how many times someone's actually farted in a game. Like it never happens. Like no one ever farts in the middle of a game. This motherfucker farted mid guarding someone. Like he was involved in the play and he farted.
Did everybody hear it? Was it super loud?
Yeah, yeah, everyone heard. Just like a couple of them laughed. Like no, I mean we're all guys. Like no one was like offended or anything like that.
Yeah,
like half the like 2 or 3 people laughed. The other 3 people just were silent. Like, what is fucking going? Because again, it was the whole aura. It was the whole experience of instinctual motivation. It was
did you say to the 3 people who laughed, if you think that's funny, do I have the podcast for you?
Yeah, no, I couldn't sneak in a commercial. I should have though.
Did the guy did the guy that he was guarding and got farted on? Did the farted on guy laugh?
Kind of, yeah. So, I mean, he's dribbling him. He's trying to score on him. The guy farts, is a little surprised that he farted. Like, he himself is surprised that he just farted. So the guy, like, ran past him, and the other guy just, like, kind of looked around smiling. Like, you guys caught I just farted, right? So he just stopped playing defense because he farted, which makes perfect sense. Shuddy is... We got to address your power hour.
Yeah, what are you doing, Shuddy?
I am doing a power hour old school style. Not quite old school style because my alcohol tolerance is much, much lower than it used to be.
Yeah, yours and mine both.
I did start off, though, with Sprite, a significant amount of vodka, and some grenadine.
Jeez.
Interesting.
And I powered through that in the first 7 minutes we were recording.
Jesus Christ, Shuddy.
So now I've switched over to the closest alcohol that was within reach, which is a Bud Light hard soda.
Nice. I've never even seen that before.
They're basically Trulies or White Claws, but they're
Gotcha.
sweeter.
Well,
And
hey,
zero sugar and only 100 calories. And this is almost gone.
it's a throwback episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, as
I'm back
as
in
a
the
special
studio.
thank you for you guys recording late for me today, I decided since all the stores are now closed and I don't have to actually possibly do any work tonight, I can,
I'm sure the listeners are pumped too. They
yuck
love
it up a little bit.
Yeah, you truly put the party back in Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I might crack open one of Kevin. If you have a beer, I might get one actually.
I got beer.
It's a
I
little
also
early, but
have
fuck
a
it.
fantastic Oscar-themed Letterboxd game prepared for us.
Ooh.
So we have an awesome episode.
I wrote notes so I remember to review things I've seen. I'm bringing my A game tonight for everybody, and I hope people appreciate this.
And
I am going to admit right now that we're 15 minutes in maybe, and I am loaded.
I'm getting
I'm
blitzed
now
from
at the
all
stage
directions.
where earlier I was like, I'll do it for a little while until I get a buzz on, and then I'll stop and I'll be responsible. But now I'm at the stage of let's just go. Let's just go.
All right. I hope
Drink some
Shuddy's.
liquid death while I'm doing it.
Oh, there you go. Hydrate. That's what Tom Brady told Matt Stafford, which we'll talk
Hydrate
about.
or die. My shirt says it on the back.
Oh
but
man, Shuddy Boy's all merched up with Liquid Death.
I just got this shirt. I like it. It's the Rasta colorway. So
It is
the
actually
back-
pretty sweet.
That's actually not a bad angle because smoking tons of weed makes you super thirsty. So they should be like, hey, stoners, Rasta guys, you should buy Liquid Death too and murder your
Listen,
cottonmouth.
I have to. We're not sponsored or anything, but I have to say, Liquid Death's customer service is the best customer service I've ever dealt with.
Man, I like that drunk Shuddy is just getting me brownie points with my day job.
Well, I'm serious. Listen, speaking of brownie points with your day job, while we're talking about this, I'd like to
man.
tell you how upset I am that I had to find out from other people that Liquid Death now offers flavored sparkling water and not from you.
Well, I kind of just figured you being the merch guy, you were up to speed.
Did you even know
So
that?
anyway,
Yeah.
as soon as I found that out, I emailed them to change my subscription to the flavors and to ask them where this shirt that I pre-ordered in August was, and 2 days later the shirt arrived because they resent it because they're awesome.
As he vomits all over his brand new shirt.
That was a burp, not a vomit, and I definitely missed the timer.
Just hope Shuddy's news isn't in tatters.
Oh my god. We are in deep shit for Shuddy Boy's fucking news.
Oh, and I have like 8 articles.
You look like in perfect shape to host that.
Wow, today's Patreon episode is going to be wild.
I do have something fun for the main show.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, let's finish Jeff's fun thing.
Instinctual
Okay,
motivation.
sorry.
Well, I'm pretty much at the end. I nailed it. This guy talked about energy when being challenged for money. He goes by instinctual motivation.
Was he good though? Was
he
as
actually
good?
could play a little bit. Yeah, dude. He actually could play.
I don't hate his strategy. I mean, I know I'm Captain Fart Guy, but like in sports, like that's your own natural defense. You could intentionally stock up on gassy foods. Like, eat a bunch of cauliflower and beans and Brussels sprouts.
I don't think that's a
can't
good
do that.
thing because you could also, especially for you as a person who's known for shitting your pants,
I'm just a big
should
sharter.
not-
No
you should
no
not-
slander.
you should not put yourself in a situation to possibly shit your pants.
But I don't understand why more people don't take a page out of Instinctual Motivation's book and fart on the people they're guarding, because that's mental warfare. And
I mean, you know how hard it is? Not hard, but like, you don't have to fart when you're running. Like, that's not a thing. Like, when you play basketball, you don't have to fart. Like, that's not a thing.
He
that happens.
did. He
I know,
did.
because he's a fucking weird. He goes by instinctual motivation. Like,
He probably ate a bunch of quinoa.
I mean,
and
I
other
don't know what
party
he
food.
like. I was playing pickup basketball in upstate New York in an invite game before I moved here, and I ate like breakfast.
Oh, an invite game. Aren't you fancy?
Yeah, kind of. Anyways, I ate like breakfast for dinner before I played, and I told these guys before we started playing, I was like, yeah, I ate eggs. I'm like, what? You ate fucking eggs before basketball? So like, it's like a known thing. You don't eat like dairy. You don't eat stuff that's going to make you fart or make you gassy, not because you're going to fart, because no one usually does that. It's because your stomach will hurt. You won't feel great. You won't play great. So like, that's why like, I have no problem farting like mid game or wherever. I don't give a fuck where I fart, to be honest. I just never have, like, that's not a thing. Like,
But let's say you're.
Are you gonna try to make a basketball analogy? Oh, okay.
Kevin Durant?
Okay.
Is that a human?
Yeah, that's a great basketball player.
Okay. Let's say he's guarding somebody and farts on them, and then they're like, what? Kevin Durant just farted on me, and then they're flabbergasted, and then boom, you get points.
Yeah. I mean, that could happen, but basketball is such a high...
And there's no penalty for it, right? Like,
no.
Farting, you don't get like, oh, other team gets 2 throws.
No, I mean, you just end up on Barstool. Like, they'd make fun of you or something. But no, I mean, there's nothing, there's no foul. It's just fucking weird.
And nobody called a timeout when Instinctual Motivation farted?
No, it was 21. So it was like, it wasn't like a full-on, like, full-court game. There wasn't, like, I don't know. It's just like a game where you could kind of chill through it, right?
Okay.
Like, I would take a break in the middle of the game because, like, whatever, there's 7 people playing 21. Hey, but yeah, the guy, like, he could play a little bit, but he played in Crocs. And I told you this. I told you this while we're playing Fortnite.
Who played in Crocs?
The guy, the Instinctual Motivation, played basketball.
How
in
did
Crocs.
you leave that part out? Like,
I mean,
that should have been.
He farted on someone. There's a lot to put in here. I couldn't believe the human this guy was, and like inside of like, I was there. I interacted with Instinctual Motivation for maybe an hour, and this guy just like dumped all of his best material on me. He fucking in the middle of the game, which he lost, by the way. I won this game. I won out of a 6-man 21. I can fucking ball. This guy took off his Crocs mid-game and was like, yeah, you guys are fucked up now. Like, he went and just in his socks. He just played in his socks, and he got worse. He did not play better in his socks.
Did his Crocs have gibbets on them?
Oh, I don't know what a gibbet is.
Those things that people put on their Crocs, the little
it's like
things.
the back support?
No, they put them in the holes. They're like little.
I don't know. No, they were like pretty fucking. If you had to spend more money on gibbets, then no, they were pretty ghetto Crocs. But no, dude was a fucking trip. But yeah, in the game, in the 21 game, he was wearing a chain and it got ripped off, and it was a black chain with a dog tag. And, like, we tried to stop the game. We're like, hey, all right, dude, your chain broke. He's like, nah, it's cool. And we're like, well, no, hold on, we'll stop. He's like, nah, I don't even need it. Just leave it there. He's like, I jewelry is not a big thing for me. I actually make my own jewelry.
He prefers the energy.
It was perfect. It was like, of course, Instinctual motivation makes his own fucking jewelry. The guy was a trip. I played basketball there the next day. He wasn't there. I actually ran by there with little mama yesterday. I haven't seen him. I'm sure I'll see him again eventually. I don't know. That guy, we were playing. It was like 3 o'clock, and I overheard him say, yeah, I've been here since 9 a.m. Dude, 7 hours at the basketball court. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Probably just farting around.
Literally.
Yeah, literally farting around.
So Instinctual Motivation,
Yeah.
to recap, calls himself Instinctual Motivation.
That's a spiritual name, not his government name, of course. Like, no one named you that.
He scoffs when people ask him what your name is, as if they asked him what color his anus is.
Yeah, like, couldn't believe it. Like, this motherfucker.
He plays in Crocs and then threatens people that they're in trouble when he takes them off, despite the fact that he sucks more without them.
Yeah.
He farts on people,
Mm-hmm.
and he makes his own jewelry that he has no regard for when it gets damaged or torn off.
And don't know how much he believes in money, but he had a nice car. So,
really?
Yeah. It's the fucking, like, I'm telling the guy, it was fucking weird. And
might
you
have
were
bought it
saying
with the energy of people.
You were saying maybe
Damn, Shuddy, now you're doing volcano hits worked into your power hour?
Yeah, dude, you're crossfaded. This is awesome.
Oh
We got to
my
get you
God.
some blow. Let's really get after it. How many substances can Shuddy take in during one MSPH? You were saying that, like, did he have...
There is a rumor that third one could technically happen right this second if one was so inclined, but I'm not.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all right. You really had a fucking hard day of work today, huh?
Jesus.
No, that's why. No, I actually had a decent day of work. I'm really so. Right now, I'm pretty fucking drunk,
Yeah.
and I really want like a cigarette, but I will not smoke in the house, so that's why.
Well, that's good of you.
I'm smoking the volcano bag to kind of alleviate that. I don't need that right now. Absolutely not. And I did switch to back to the small bag. So.
Man, I feel
responsible.
Like I'm just going to have to do Shuddy Boy's news in Shuddy's voice for the Patreon.
I think people would love that.
Oh no, I've got
fucking
this. I've got this. You guys are getting the A
I
game.
trust him. I
A
trust him.
game.
All right.
I'm fucking destroyed right now.
So wrapping up the story,
Not yet.
I remember you were telling me, or you were asking, like, did they make you sign a release order? Because it had to be a prank. And after just retelling the whole story, it's like, man. Because the one thing that sticks out is he did have a nice car. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, did this man look like Eric Andre?
No, he was darker than that.
Was he, in fact, Eric Andre?
No, he was darker than Eric Andre.
What when you say he had a nice car? What was he driving a high end luxury car? Or
No,
was
it was like a clean like Kia. Like it was just nicer than he dressed and you would think he would have. Right?
He
Like
should have been like, "Hey, that's a nice car you have over there, Instinctual Motivation." And he'd be like, "Well, actually, I make my own cars."
Yeah, I actually purchased it with energy. Yeah, no, it was just like, given that he went by Instinctual Motivation, given that he had been at the basketball court for 7 hours, he was playing in fucking Crocs, makes his own jewelry, I wouldn't expect him to have a car with a fucking alarm on it. With like, you could press a button and it would fucking beep. I was just, the whole thing about him was a fucking trip. So, and if he just put on basketball sneakers, it would have been a problem. He could play a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder if that's why he lost.
It absolutely did not help. I mean, my jump shot was on, but no, I mean, that guy, he could play, and he just, and Crocs takes him off. You guys are fucked now. Get the fuck out of here, dude. All right. Girl, you're in your socks. We're going. All right, let's play.
I feel like I have to just start going to the basketball court with you.
Well, all right, so the girl who busted my ass, that was at LA Fitness. You don't have LA Fitness anymore.
No.
The outdoor court next to the beach is fucking sick, and you have some legit fucking characters there. Legit character. Like I played with this guy who also could play a little bit, and he was pounding beers on the fucking sideline in between games. Like would be just straight like chugging beers. And like in between games, he would like go to a cooler in his car and get more beers. It's like, wait, so you drove to the court with a fucking case full of beers that you're drinking, you're gonna have to drive out. It's like, and we were playing a game. It was a 2-on-2. It was before we started playing fives, and this motherfucker had a lit cigarette in his mouth, and he was playing with, and like people wouldn't even guard him because
they didn't want to get burned.
Yeah,
because they didn't want to get the secondhand smoke.
We didn't want to get burned. Didn't want to deal with the cigarette guy. When we started playing full court, he put out a cigarette.
Oh, that was nice of him.
Yeah, but like it was almost like fucking Billy Bob Thornton playing basketball. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's literally fucking chugging beers on the sideline.
Dude, if you're ever at LA Fitness again and you run into the girl that beat your ass, you have to tell her about Instinctual Motivation and see if she'll start showing up to that court.
She would bust Instinctual Motivation's ass.
But I mean, I just want to hear the words that come out of his mouth while he's getting his ass stomped.
Yeah, I don't know whatever it would be. It's something we couldn't even think of. Like, at the end, the guy was like, "It was really nice playing basketball with you today." It's just like the way he said it. It's like, "All right, bro, yeah, good game." Like it's like I was so done with hearing this fucking guy speak.
Do you think it was because he picked up on you looking at him like he's a fucking wacko?
No, I just think he's a wacko. Like,
But you don't think he picked up on that, right?
No.
I think people who
I think he's
live
oblivious
like
to
that-
everything.
Yeah, I think people who live like that don't pick up on social cues that way. Like
Yeah.
they're so comfortable in their own skin that it doesn't matter how you react to what they're saying to you for them.
I'm
Like
fucking jealous.
it's envious to see people who live like that they're just so 100% comfortable
Yeah, I
as
want that.
themselves.
Probably gets mad
that-
chicks. I mean, whatever. I don't know. The guy was a trip. But yeah, like at the end of basketball, everyone, like, good game. You dab each other up, whatever, give each other pounds, and this guy stopped,
You
looked me in the
pounded
eyes.
each other.
This guy stopped, looked me in the eyes, says, "Really nice playing basketball today with you." It's like, all right, man. Whatever. Instinctual motivation.
She'd be like, "Hey, do you have a business card?"
No, he doesn't believe in business.
Did you look him up on social media?
No.
He's been Googled. He has been Googled. The
Right.
Puminati, Poo Team 6 did a deep dive scouring social media for anybody called Instinctual Motivation and came up empty-handed. He's an enigma.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to remember the caps, instinctual, and then motivation. Yeah, I did. I actually did Google. I did Google instinctual motivation and then instinctual motivation man, instinctual motivation guy, dude. Like, nah, he's off the grid. He probably doesn't have social media. I mean,
Yeah, did you see him handle a smartphone at all while he was there?
No.
Did you see him handle a dumb phone at all?
No, he didn't have electronics.
Man. I feel like somebody just needs to be documenting your life at all times when you go out to play basketball, because the shit that happens.
Yeah, you need to get a camera crew like Kanye had just to follow you around until you blow up.
Did you watch that doc?
No, absolutely
All
not.
right.
Bradley, the boys were over this weekend, and that was Bradley's obsession of the week, that he usually comes over and hounds me with something until I cave in and we watch it. And
You couldn't do it with Kanye?
I was adamant that we can watch anything else, or if he wanted to rewatch it, he had there's a smart TV up in their bedroom.
Well, that's what I'm reviewing, actually.
Would you rather watch anime or the Kanye documentary?
Anime.
That was an easy one for him.
I
Gotta
don't
find
know.
something that he doesn't like.
Can
Shuddy
we play
doesn't like
this
anime.
game now that Jeff's told his story?
Which, I mean, are we
I have
talking?
a couple.
Which one should I play? Is this one that has an intro?
No, it's
Letterboxd
not.
D. Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
I
it's
thought
not.
that's the
No,
game
it's
that we're
not.
doing.
All right.
This is just so there's a website, cracked.com, that's kind of a comedy website.
Are they a spinoff? Is it the Mad Magazine Cracked?
I believe so.
Okay.
And it's generally on non-Mondays what I read when I'm on the toilet and pooping,
All right.
because it's like pop culture-y kind of stuff. And one of the things they had were the full names of well-known corporate mascots.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're getting at. Like Mayor McCheese.
Yeah, so he's not named. He's not in this. And I'm just going to go through the fun ones that we should all be familiar with the mascot,
Okay.
but not necessarily. But I didn't know any of their names.
Did Poop Stachio or Leonard the Weed Pickle make the list?
Sadly, they did not.
Blasphemy. I'm going to have a talk with Cracked's manager. Bullshit.
But do either of you know what the Twitter bird mascot is named?
Tweety. That's a guess.
Dookie Boy the Cocksucker.
Fuck you.
Could you imagine if they changed his name to that? All the money we could give him.
Yeah, we'd have to
His
copyright
name
it.
is Larry,
That's fucking stupid.
because one of Twitter's creators is from Boston.
What does Larry have to do from Boston? Other than, I mean, that was my dad's name.
Well,
but-
okay. Well, all right. What is the mascot for Twitter?
A little bird.
Okay.
He still
So-
is. You're gonna have to get him all the way there. You're gonna have to
I'm
just
working
say it.
there. I'm
All right,
working.
All right.
So now, Larry Bird.
You've heard of that name?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, Boston Celtics. He played for the Boston Celtics, which I think you knew Larry Bird played basketball, but there's no way you could have guessed the team.
The
No.
only thing Kevin knows about Larry Bird is the McDonald's commercials with Michael Jordan.
Good commercials.
Nothing but net.
Sure. I know that one.
You really don't remember that from when we were a kid? They were playing horse.
Yeah, it was a McDonald's commercial. They were playing horse. I mean, if he just hates basketball and sports, and of course the show
All right.
would stand out.
Take a guess on the Pringles mascot's name.
Oh.
I feel
He
like
always-
I'm gonna accidentally get one of these. I thought Tweety was gonna nail it. Honestly, when I said it, I was like,
Yeah.
that feels right.
It feels right, but that would be copyright infringement. They couldn't do it. Because they already have Tweety Bird.
Oh, yeah, of course. All right, all right. Well, I thought Tweety Bird. It was all Tweety Bird.
Hashtag the bird.
All right, what's your guess? Pringles mascot.
The Pringles mascot, like, always frightened me. I didn't like his face. I actually had a nightmare where salt and pepper shakers with the Pringle man's face on it were attacking me and my family. The Pringles guy, like Pringleton?
Hey, Jeff.
I'll go Peter.
Julius Pringles.
Nah.
I don't like that.
Do you
I don't like
guys
that at all.
know?
I like the name Julius. I really do.
All
Would
right,
you name
what
it your
about-
child Julius?
I mean, if the lady was down, yeah. You don't. How do you feel about the name Julius?
It's kind of goofy. Isn't that Samuel L. Jackson's character in Pulp Fiction? Isn't he Julius?
Jules. Yeah. I think it's Jules, and I think it's short for Julius. Julius.
Is that because do you want to name your son Julius because you like Orange Julius?
No, I mean Julius Irving, basketball player. Julius Randle, basketball player. Julius Caesar,
Kevin, let's.
world famous.
Do you
conqueror.
know what colloquially Julius Irving is known as? Kevin.
The knee,
No.
because he has a lot of jump power
I mean,
in his
it's
knees.
Dr. J. It's Dr. J.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you've heard of that guy before.
Yes. Yep,
That,
that rings
that's
a
the
bell now.
only reason I asked you, because there's no way, even with how disconnected from the sports world you are, that you've never heard of Dr. J.
No, I've heard of Dr. J.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Do you guys know guess Mr. Peanut's full name as well as his replacement, Baby Nut? They both have the same name, even though canonically they're two different nuts.
You're using a lot of big words here.
Nutsack. Bust a nut.
It's 4 names.
Oh my God.
The last name is hyphenated.
I
So
don't.
first, middle, hyphenated last name.
I don't know, man.
John George Paul Ringnut.
That's a good guess. That's a very good guess.
Wally the Walnut Liquor. Fat Ass the Sass Bag.
I think you should just spoil it for him, Shuddy. Spoil it for
It
me.
is Bartholomew Richard Fitzgerald Smythe.
Fucking idiot, Kevin. You weren't even close.
I know.
Fucking suck.
You know what? That's it. Mad Scientist Party over had a good run. We're done. We can't
Mad
continue on
Scientist
after
party
that.
over, huh? Who's been drinking?
I'm about to crack open a beer. I actually have a sports
What
call.
is Hamburglar's
We're losing him.
real name?
Harry.
Rob T.
Fuck.
Buns.
Shuddy had
Well,
an accident.
while yours is not correct, it is not terribly far off. Hamilton B. Ergler.
That's terrible. Man, that's terrible.
Hamburgle Urkel Plamperton?
Hamilton
No,
Burglar.
Hamilton B as his middle initial, and then his last name is Urglar. Urglar.
It almost sounds like a porn name.
Yeah.
Kevin,
Yeah.
are you familiar with Gritty?
Yeah. He is the deranged Philadelphia guy.
Yep.
He looks like a crazy child molester.
What is his full name?
Gritimus
And
Maximus.
this one, you'll understand where it came from, but it's fucking ridiculous.
Gritty. Okay.
And the first 4 letters of Gritty factor into his name. First 5 letters. I apologize. Remember, I'm drunk. 5 letters.
Dr. Bruce Q. Grittystein. They made him a Jewish guy.
I'm just gonna let Kevin do the guesses.
Wait, you know this one?
No, I don't know this one. I just don't have guesses. Like I don't have good guesses. I don't.
It is Gritwald G. Grittington.
Yeah, that's kind of like Bodie McBoatface shit.
How about Captain Crunch?
Instinctual motivation crunchithin.
Christopher Columbus Crunch.
Horatio Magellan Crunch.
Horatio.
I was actually on the right track though.
Is Horatio the name of a famous explorer?
Well, Magellan sure is.
I know.
Just assumed Horatio was Magellan's first name.
Oh.
That's.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it is.
I don't know what Magellan's first name is. So.
Ferdinand.
Well, who the fuck is Horatio? Horatio Sands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's in some deep shit nowadays, huh?
What did he do?
Yeah, he might have been fucking with somebody who was under 18 during his time at SNL.
What? When did they come? Because I just watched Road Trip last night, or the other night, and he's in that.
Yeah, he farts on a pancake.
Well, he puts a piece of French toast in his ass and walks around with it.
Yeah, he farts on French toast.
Dude, is that a 5? Well, I feel like we talk about Road Trip once every 3 years. Is that a 5-dicker? Whenever it comes back on Netflix.
Because I've watched it recently. I don't know if it's a 5-dicker, but it's fucking close. It was a 5-dicker when I was in college.
Does it hold up or is it dated? I haven't seen that.
Oh, I think it's awesome.
A million years.
It's better.
That's an over exaggeration. It's been probably 10. Sorry.
It held up better than I thought it would. I'm trying to, because I probably ranked it on Letterboxd.
So you know the you remember the plot, right? He sends a sex tape to his girlfriend, or what he thinks is a sex tape of him cheating on his girlfriend to his girlfriend because they record each other's video messages, and it's before like cell phones, and you can do all that. So he tried to beat the fucking mail to his girlfriend's college.
I get
the tape.
Right now, I was confusing the plot of that and Euro Trip.
Yeah, all right. So Road Trip. Horatio
Euro
Sands
Trip
is
was
that.
Scotty Doesn't Know, right?
Yes.
That was Euro Trip. Okay.
Dude,
but Road Trip is the one with the guy from The New Guy who goes to...
Yeah, the super skinny guy that looks like Bon Bon.
Yep, he goes to the black frat party and then hooks up with the black girl, right? Yeah. That's Road Trip.
Yeah, dude.
Euro Trip is Matt Damon and Scotty Doesn't Know and Kristen Krupp.
Yep. My favorite shit. Why did I bring that? Oh, Horatio Sands. My favorite shit in that movie. I keep thinking about this joke. He's fantasizing or daydreaming or dreaming about his girlfriend cheating on him at the college that she's at, and they're talking about like him, the girl, and the guy she's cheating on him with are talking about having sex the previous night, and she was like, "Yeah, it was so good. I had to take 2 birth control pills." I don't know why, but I just fucking love that. It's so funny.
So on my last viewing of Road Trip, which I logged on Letterboxd, this fucking handy-ass website, was, almost exactly a year ago. I watched it on February 15th of 2021.
We talked about this on the podcast. So
and I gave it
bored.
Four Dicks.
I think it's a Clark classic. I love that shit.
It is funny, and I've seen it like countless times, and we referenced it so much in college. But yeah, I mean, there was some stuff where I'm like, maybe it's just because I've seen this movie so many times, and I basically have it memorized that some of these jokes aren't landing. But I mean, Stifler's awesome in it. Tom Green's awesome in it. It's a solid flick.
Stifler's the man. All right, sorry, Shuddy. What's the next mascot?
The last one that we have, because we're gonna skip the lame ones. Like, you guys don't care what the name of this Six Flags mascot from the early 2000s is named.
The dancing guy?
I can't even picture.
Or Barbie's full name.
Barbarella J. Queefington. I nailed it, didn't I?
Barbara Millicent Roberts.
Millicent.
Oh my God.
But the last one we'll do is, what is Chuck E. Cheese's full name? His government name, not his spiritual.
Charles Munster.
Geoff.
Swiss cheese.
Jeff.
What?
All right, Kevin.
Yeah, all right, I'm done with the guesses. Kevin.
He fucking
are stupid.
Okay, I will say
What did I do?
Charles Egon
All right.
Cheesethan the Third.
I forgot how they did the Chucky. It's Chuck E.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad. All right. Take it easy. I made a mistake.
Monster.
fucking middle initial is an E. Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Oh my God.
That's lame.
Like, I was
way
like,
better.
as soon as Geoff said Charles, I was like, holy shit, he's gonna get this one. And then Munster.
Yeah, but then he hit you with a.
What the fuck is a mammal? Dude, you busted a crustacean out on me on fucking Dragon Ball Queef. I kept the conversation going, but I didn't really know what you were talking about. It's like crustacean.
Yeah, you ushered that away very quickly.
Is that shrimp?
You're like, fucking
Yes, that is. Shrimp is a crustacean.
Beautiful. All right, well, I got lucky there. I guess I did know.
Do you know any other animals that are crustaceans? Like, is a shark a crustacean?
I thought isn't a whale a mammal? Or
Okay.
a shark is a mammal. I think a whale is a mammal.
Okay.
I think it's like the only mammal that's. I'm not gonna finish
if
that.
a-
No, I'm not gonna finish that.
If a whale is a mammal, then what's a shark?
It's a fucking fish. It's a fish.
All right. So if a whale is a mammal and a shark is a fish,
Yeah,
what is a whale shark?
it's a fish.
Oh, that's a crustacean.
Crustacean, lobster.
That's
Okay.
a cephalopod.
Fuck that. That doesn't exist.
No, a lobster is a crustacean. I'm just
So if it has like crunchy skin over it, it's a crustacean. Like maybe a crab or a crawfish.
Yep.
I'm done guessing.
Those are all
crustacean.
crustaceans. No,
all right.
you're
all right.
you're
So I guess I knew more than I thought I did when he. But I'm just
it's
saying.
funny how you're saying these right answers with 0% confidence that they're correct.
Yeah.
Like every
Not.
single thing you're saying has at least one question mark at the end. At least one.
What about a sea anemone?
A what?
You heard me.
A sea anemone?
Yeah.
Is it a crustacean? Are you asking me if it's a crustacean or something else? I'll
Yeah.
say it's not a crustacean.
I'll admit I'm not 100% sure what a sea anemone falls on. An anemone. I don't know what that falls under.
I don't either. I just wanted to hear Geoff say sea anemone.
I thought you were trying to get me to say semen or something.
No, if you want Geoff to say sea anemone, you have to show him how it's spelled.
Sea anemone.
I tried to guess, and Google auto-completed with sea enemy. So apparently tons of people Google sea enemy in order to get the sea anemone. It is a marine predatory animal of the order... Oh, no.
Tough word for you?
Yeah.
Fucking Brainiac Craft? Oh, no.
Actinuria.
Yeah.
Actinuria.
Sounds like a tough one that I couldn't pronounce.
Sea anemones are classified in the phylum Cnidaria. And the
C is silent.
Cnidaria, and the class is Anthozoa, and the subclass is Hexacorallia. Yeah, take that.
Man, we really got a lot out of this mascot talk, huh?
Science.
You killed it.
Yep.
Well done. Well done, everyone. Hey, I had a sports ball, actually, and I think Kevin will be interested in it. I actually do. It's pretty hard not to be interested in it. And
I'm real quick before you go into this, and I am sorry for interrupting.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I'm very sad that we live in a post-rat poison bottle era.
Do you?
I mean, Shuddy Boy.
I mean, you need to take a break to piss and probably smoke a cigarette. Do you want to?
No, I don't need. I don't need that kind of a break. I might need to go pee shortly.
I mean, you right now you do the show from Shuddy Realm, like that. You are the master of that domain. There are so many things behind you that you could piss on if you wanted to.
I was just gonna say just cut your camera and go ahead and take a piss, but fair.
I feel like
you could pee on things. That'd be cool.
I feel like I'm giving a lot of leeway to live my life as irresponsible as I do. That
the piss bottle's too far.
Yeah,
you can't expect Sharon to forgive you for that.
No, that there's a line of immaturity that's okay, and a 3-liter bottle to pee in is that's.
I agree with him.
That's 20. That's post 40 or pre 40-year-old Shuddy. That is definitely not excusable at our age.
Well, if you already know this story, you can kind of jump in the middle. Do you know about the Matthew Stafford thing? Matthew Stafford, the Super Bowl parade, the photographer. Do you know about
I
that?
saw a headline today that he was getting some shit for his reaction.
Okay, so it's like an ethics bomb. So you can't. All right, so you don't know about it. So I was gonna say, don't cut me off. You already know the story because a lot of people are hearing this. Most people don't know the story. So the Los Angeles Rams won the Super Bowl this last Sunday. They had a Super Bowl parade, which a lot of people did not show up to. It looked like fucking Trump's inauguration. People were clowning on L.A. fair weather football fans. L.A. is a terrible football town. We all knew that. Whatever. Not a lot of people at the parade. Anyways, when the parade stops and they're at the final stage where they start doing their speeches and everyone has just they're on a bus going through on a parade through L.A. drinking, getting fucking boozed up the whole time.
As an attendee of a Super Bowl parade.
Yeah. You know what they're talking. Like everyone's drunk. Everyone.
Like there was a line of several open top buses that drove by, and the players were just chugging and
getting beers thrown.
I can't
at
imagine
them.
how much more fun it would have been being in an area where it was 80 degrees and not 16 with a wind chill of 4.
Oh god, that's got to suck if you're like one of those players getting beer thrown at you and it's all cold and shit. I'd be bummed out.
Well,
but yeah, I mean,
if
what my little brief 2-block view of the Eagles Super Bowl parade is any indication, each of those gigantic humans went through a 24-pack before they got from the start to the finish, because they were just drinking them. People were throwing beers to them. They were cracking them and Stone Cold style chugging them. Like, it was just insanity. So.
And Los Angeles was nothing like this, I'm guessing.
Well, I mean, the parade, like the football team was fucking getting crazy. They were getting drunk, but like, no, the Super Bowl parade for Philly was much crazier than the one in LA for sure. Even though the weather in LA is much better. Like, if they fucking had their Super Bowl parade, you could copy and paste the Philly people in LA. We wouldn't have a fucking city anymore. They would have just tore everything down, dude. But So anyway, so they get to the final spot in the parade, the stage, and I want you to look this up. Try not to just try to catch the video. So there's a video of there's a photographer that's on stage with the team. Matthew Stafford is with his wife. The photographer falls off the stage, right? And his wife is like, "Oh shit, oh no," and runs over, and Matthew Stafford's all drunk and is all like, and just turns around and walks away. And if you can see the video, you'll see
Does
it.
TMZ have it, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So if you see the video, it looks really bad.
Okay.
Like the lady falls off the fucking stage, and he's just like, "Oh, whatever, fuck this. I'm gonna just pretend like it didn't happen."
Okay. Why is there... God damn it, this is going to get us a copyright charge.
In one respect, it's reasonably douchey, but the same respect, if he hurts her, helping her up.
Are you talking about the guy on stage?
Yeah. You see his wife, right? The little blonde?
Who's now, dangling off the stage?
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
see
the wife
him,
went
he
to save him.
he literally is like, and then turns around and walks away.
Yeah.
Looks bad. Doesn't look cool at all, right?
Yeah.
It's a dick move. And he apologized, and I could shoot him bail. He's literally, the guy's fucking boozing all day. The guy was drunk, and he reacted like a drunk idiot, whatever. Not his best moment, but Tom Brady literally tweeted out to the guy in the middle of the parade, "Hey, dude, make sure you drink water." You know what I mean? You're fucking wasted. We all see it. We see that you're fucking wasted, right? So the internet just fucking dogs Matthew Stafford and his wife, calling him a piece of shit, trying to, whatever. You know how the internet does. So they guilt trip him, and eventually he's like, it looked terrible. I'm sorry. I'm going to pay for I'm paying for all of her medical bills.
She got fucked up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. She fractured her spine and broke a couple ribs. So got really fucking injured.
Yeah, that's what, a 10-foot fall? 12-foot fall?
Yeah, and it's she's not an athlete, right? She's a photographer.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of chodes in the way, so you don't see the landing, but a whole bunch of stuff flies up in the air when she falls off.
Yeah, and you see the look on his face, and he's
confetti.
He's this is a problem. I don't want to deal with it. Turns around and walks away. Dick move, right? Fucked up. So
it is, but I can, you know what? I can see the angle you're getting at. Okay, you're an athlete, you're wasted, somebody just fell. I'd be like, I might even do the same exact thing. Fuck, okay, I'm getting out of the way. Somebody help this woman. I will,
Yeah. There's
I'm
plenty of
clearing the way.
security there
Yeah.
and everything. Someone could help. It's not the quarterback isn't gonna fucking help the person who fell off the stage. That's
yeah,
not gonna
and you
happen.
just said that was a spine injury. You don't know that at the time, but when somebody fucking injures their spine,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to move them.
Fractured spine, 2 broken ribs. So
I didn't know that it was that bad.
yeah. So but the internet shamed him, social media clowned him, and because of which he was like, I'm paying for all of her medical bills. Was it genuine? Probably not really, right? He needed to be shamed into it. Here's the twist. Here's the twist.
You don't think that maybe his wife it wasn't a shame thing? It was something that his wife talked him into?
Yeah, possibly.
With all the shit that family has gone through off the football field.
Yeah, I think she's a cancer survivor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So maybe it was kind of it wasn't so necessarily as much a
Right.
shame thing as it was actually altruistic.
Fair enough. But the internet definitely shamed him, dragged him, and it looks bad on video, right?
Yeah.
Especially most of the internet users, Twitter users, people that are dogging him aren't fucking football fans.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I will say, if I had recently just injured my spine, the last person I want helping me is a drunk football player.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So here's the twist, though.
Okay.
So the internet shames Matthew Stafford. He releases a statement, "I'm paying for all of her medical bills." So they release the lady's name. people search her name on Twitter and look through her. She has a Twitter account. Look through her history.
Oh no!
And of course,
no.
she has used homophobic and racial language in previous tweets.
Oh no!
So people turned around and canceled her. Like, a girl who just broke her fucking back. Like, it's like an ethics bomb. I don't even know how to wrap my brain around it. So what does Matthew Stafford, because she's a racist, homophobic lady, does he pull her medical funding? That's a little much, right? Although if she really thinks the things that she said, which I don't believe she does, right? People, almost every human in the world has a poor internet history. Can we be honest about that at this point, right?
Yeah, pre like 2015, 2016, yeah.
Yeah, everyone, like, I joked about it, and I firmly believe it. If I ever go on TV, like, the clock starts on when I get fired. Like, I will be fired because, the shit that I've said, whatever. But, like, so it's just so interesting to me that it's like, it's a reverse canceling, and, like, what do you do? What do you do at this point? Do you can't? I mean, I don't know.
Navigating, attempting to be like a public figure with clean hands and a clean ass it's impossible. Like, one of the funniest things I ever saw was when Kevin Spacey started getting accusations of like fucking around with young dudes, and then his like PR brain was like, okay, release a statement admitting that you're gay.
Right.
So Kevin Spacey gets accused of fucking around with underage boys. He takes that as, okay, you know what? This is something I've kept quiet about myself for a long time. I'm gay. And, like, it scrambled some people's brains. Like, some dudes that were, like, trying to be woke were like,
Because people's initial reactions, like, all right, we got to protect the gay guy.
Like, they're like, oh, he's gay, yay! Yeah. And then people are like, no, nope. That was a false flag. False flag. He's still fucking kids. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yep. Boo this man. Sorry, I got confused at first. He said he was gay.
Yeah, and this girl, like, she's not a public figure.
Yeah,
right? Like, it was.
So she probably thought she could keep saying all that shit until the end of time. I just take photos of public figures. I will never be the subject until you fall off a fucking float.
Yeah, but the thing is, she said it back in, like, 2014. Like, it wasn't something she was actively saying.
Was it, like, joking stuff, or is it, like, gay people are a fucking abomination?
I mean, you could pull it up. I don't think it was good. It wasn't. At best, they were terrible, terrible, unfunny jokes.
Because, I mean, if you look back far into anybody's internet history, the jokes probably get edgier, and you could still stand on that leg. Like, look, back in those times, you could make fucked up jokes, and people laughed at them. But if you're just like, gay people need to be burned at the stake, it's like, I mean, no one was fucking defending that at the time.
That stance Kevin just took is not shared by all of MSPH.
All right, so I'll send what you...
Oh, shut up.
I'll send the copy of her tweets to you guys, but I can like read them.
Oh, God, are you texting them to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
So one tweet says, "LOL at these fucking Asian people screaming their Chinese language in the library. We're in America. 2, shut the fuck up. This is a library." In 2013, not good. No funny, no comedy there. Just not chill.
No,
not chill. Next one. These are a couple replies, all in 2014. No, one in 2013, a couple in 2014.
So do you think those have A's at the end or ERs at the end?
I actually think the first one has an A at the end, and then the second one...
But the last two look like...
Yeah.
I don't know. The last two could be AS or AZ.
Yeah.
Instead of ER, but...
I actually don't think any of them are ER.
But they're still...
I mean, it's not...
Okay.
Not good.
The third one is her just... quote tweeting a funny Vines account, so she didn't type that out.
Yeah,
that you get a pass on. But I mean, the other stuff. I mean, especially I don't know what the context of the top one is. That's fucked up. The middle one, just says it all. Yeah, this chick sucks.
Almost just got shot in the ghetto because, yeah. Not a
at
good one.
somebody wanted to fuck
Yeah.
with N-bombs. Yikes.
Not good.
Oh, and then she just tweeted out, "You are a fag." That's not even in a reply to anybody.
Yeah, she's just like firing from the hip. I wonder how old she was, because that does make a difference. If she's under 18 when these things are said, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty
Listen,
bad.
the you are a fag one. 2013 was probably a little late for that, but
You are still getting a pass.
I'm
Unless she's saying that to a gay person.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Kevin, if we had a Twitter in 2005, 2006, how many times would we have just sent that to each other?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Daily, that would have been a thing we would have tweeted. Like, if
2013, ugh.
Yeah, like if you went back on our
Definitely
MySpace
don't check my
comments,
Twitter from 2013.
It's the
cool.
MySpace comments from back in the day that would concern me.
Yeah, probably.
So I don't know. I just think it's so interesting. Like, what do you? I mean, is she?
That's a minefield.
Is she so bad that? Because I mean, broken back. Like, she's probably a contractor. Maybe she's in some sort of union, has health insurance or whatever.
Doubtful. She's probably freelance.
Right. She's probably freelance. She's looking at probably, I don't know I can't even guess the medical bills would be. Far more than she can afford, for sure. And this guy can fucking piss out the money she needs for her medical bills.
Don't say things like that, Geoff. There's nothing wrong with the healthcare system in the United States of America. Everything is fine. Fine.
Right.
Just fine.
Sure. But I honestly, if you're looking at the pie chart of who's going to get triggered about what, I think Homeboy's safest move is to just yoink that money back from her.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Like, you think that's best for, like, his image?
If I was his PR guy, I would be like, fucking just take that money back.
But don't you have to announce that you're taking it back?
No.
Why? Oh, wait.
Just take it back.
Because then everyone will just assume that you paid the racist lady's medical bill.
No,
So you have
they
to
won't.
announce
No,
it.
because it's that fucking don't fuck with cats center of social media and the online community. These motherfuckers are going to be hammering this because if you discover any new nugget and you break it, you get to pat yourself on your internet back really fucking hard. So if they find this information, be like, oh, what's this guy's name again? Plampkowski?
Matt Stafford?
Matt Stafford. They're like, whoa, I just did some digging here, and he revoked all of that money he paid to the racist lady.
I love how much work you, Kevin, must have to do to avoid sports, to not know the name of the Super Bowl winning quarterback who plays in the city that you reside.
That's a good point.
We have to acknowledge what a Herculean effort it has to be to at least know that name off the top of your head.
He legitimately doesn't like football.
I
believe him.
Like, you have such a disdain for American sports that
all sports. Let's be fair.
But
you're probably even more so European. You really don't like soccer.
Oh, I hate
it's
soccer.
not even a sport.
Hate it. I mean, okay, just a quick one of those, I forget what they're called in the SATs, one of those analogy thingies. Sports is to Kevin as anime is to Geoff.
Yeah. But
So,
I
like-
watch more anime, I feel like, than you've watched sports at this point.
No,
Well,
you've watched 2 episodes of
Yeah,
anime.
yeah, fair enough.
I've
I mean-
watched definitely more of that.
I gotta say, in like the last year. Fair enough. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if you did a game, Shuddy, where you just rattled off like cities and told me to announce their quarterback,
Yeah.
fucking what?
I mean, we could totally make up cities that they don't even have football teams.
Yeah, and I would probably guess Plampkowski.
Yeah. Like Austin.
Yeah,
Dan
but,
Marino.
like,
Yeah. They don't even have a football team. I mean,
Yeah,
you would
fuck me.
expect them to, though, right? Austin, Texas. All right, I just thought that was like, we don't get a lot of interesting sports balls, and I thought that one would be, because
I did not know that twist about the homophobic and racist tweets. Like, that adds a whole different element to it. It makes it a minefield for sure, because somebody somewhere is going to be upset.
Yeah.
And you have to decide which side you want to upset the least. The side that's going to be angry that you've now pulled this woman's medical, or the side that's going to be angry that you paid for this racist homophobe's medical bills.
Yeah, it's a no-win scenario.
Honestly, I think you eke out the tiniest of wins by not paying for her bills.
Man.
I mean,
if you pay for her bills and you make like a public joint statement about how she's learned her lesson and she apologizes and
what about this?
She'll do things to help the community. I mean,
what about if he sticks to his guns, because he did say he was going to do it, so he follows through on his commitment. He didn't know about her tweets beforehand, but he pays for her bills, and when she makes a full recovery, he punches her in the face in front of a bunch of Asian people.
He then just
the Asian one
banes
is so
her
not
and
funny.
breaks her back over his knee after that.
Dude, and like, could you imagine? Like, I just put yourself in his shoes. Imagine Indian giving that. Like, yeah, no, I know your back is broken, but
okay, he
Twitter.
pays for her bills. She makes a full
Twitter.
recovery, and then next year at the gay pride parade, he kicks her off the float.
Fuck, dude. Like a ritualistic sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Why
sacrifice
not the Chinese
you.
New Year, though?
We sacrifice you to the gods of social media.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah. Wow, Shuddy Boy, you are still going for it. Props to you. For people who are not watching.
But my watch is dead. So.
Oh my god. What are you drinking now? What is in that little plastic shot cup you're drinking out of?
I'm on my my third.
Oh, it's still those Bud Light things?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, you're an animal. You are a fucking animal.
The fuck is a mammal?
Well, we got some stuff to review, too. I mean, man, we still have a ton of show left. I watched 2 new movies that went straight to Netflix. One of them, I didn't even know was coming out and didn't even know it was a thing, but I watched
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I did watch that, but the first
you
one...
knew that one was coming out? Because
Yes.
that snuck up on me.
No, I did know that one was coming out.
Sorry.
And I knew about the insufferable plot, but I watched Fistful of Vengeance, which just sounds like generic kung fu movie, but it actually stars the guy from The Raid.
Oh, nice.
I think his name is like Iko Uwais. I don't know how to fully pronounce his last name, but I saw him on the poster, and I'm like, you know when you open up Netflix, it'll just flash something to entice you with right off the bat? And that was what they hit me with. They hit me with Fistful of Vengeance, and I'm like, fuck.
And they've been following you, huh?
Yeah. I'm like, Jesus, we got a new martial arts movie with the dude from The Raid. I'm fucking in. So that was my exercise bike movie. And I started looking at the reviews for it, and they were all really, really bad. And I was like, come on, this is a bunch of haters that don't like martial arts movies. Because, I mean, most martial arts movies are steaming piles of shit. You just watch it for the action scenes, the fight scenes.
Yeah.
And I can suffer through a lot of bullshit if the fight scenes are cool. And this movie just sucked an epic whale dick. I mean...
Really?
So, apparently, there's a Netflix series called Wu Assassins, which I had never watched, that all of these actors are in. So apparently they canceled that show, but they gave the people that liked it a movie to sort of wrap things up with. So even being lost in the plot and not seeing anything of Wu Assassins, it was very dumb. Like, some girl gets killed, some guy's sister gets killed. They have Iko Uwais, the guy from The Raid, has fucking energy Hadoukens or some shit. They have powers. People have powers in this world. And the fight scenes were just bad. Like, they were slow. They weren't all that impressive. They couldn't even hold a candle to what took place in The Raid. He's got, like, force powers and shit. It had a very Fast and Furious vibe to it. And it was so douchey. There's a scene where the guy who was in the new Mortal Kombat movie that came out on HBO Max, like, they just crowbarred in a human character that's not an actual character from the game, and he's like, oh, I'm Cole Bristle, MMA fighter. It was fucking that guy. So he's making out with this chick, and then he asks her a question, and she answers him, and he gets this like slick dick smile on his face, and he goes, I can taste when you're lying. And then goes back to making out with her. I was like, oh my fucking God. Then it just goes into this awkward sex scene where he's like slow pumping her.
Do you see titties?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
there's
they're
titties.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
titties.
They're tits.
Titties.
Yeah. I mean,
Of course
there
they're
were
nice.
there were sexy ladies in this. I just was flabbergasted by the atrocious action and fight scenes. Just really, really dumb.
I mean, you have one of the best. That guy, the Raid kicks ass.
Yeah.
The Raid 2 kicks ass. So you know he can do it.
Yeah.
You know he can bring it. They just fucked it up.
I was blown away that I gave a martial arts movie that guy was in 2 dicks, but them's the breaks.
Wow. Fuck it. All right.
And then the turd fest continued with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I heard it sucked. Like, I asked my brothers if he wanted to throw it on because there's I'm like a man lost at sea with no sports. There's no basketball because of the All-Star break. So
I don't know what to watch.
I was like, yo, you guys want to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre? And they said it was terrible.
Oh, they had already watched it.
Well, no, they said that they read reviews that it was terrible from people that they, follow and think are credible. And they said that they explained the attachment to the first one, and it sounded stupid. I can't remember it, though.
It was. So it always blows my mind that they keep doing this. Like Scream 5 came out, and it was called Scream. They didn't even put like a 5 in where the E was.
If we're being fair, what's the new Batman called?
The Batman.
Completely different title.
Oh, completely different. Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Completely different.
Completely, yeah.
100%.
I can't believe I even confused the two.
Yeah, there's no confusion between Batman and the Batman.
Sure.
There should be
My bad. Never mind.
There's
But-
a whole 3 letters difference.
In defense
The whole
of
work.
the Batman thing, which I don't even truly care to defend, it is a reboot.
Oh, yeah.
This is a sequel.
Yeah, it's a continuation. Requel? Is it a requel, technically? You saw
It is a
Scream.
requel, technically.
You saw a Scream.
Yeah, I know, and I
does it-
already forgot what that stupid term is. I hate that word.
Yeah.
It's sort of in continuity, but it's starting the story over.
It did what the new Halloween
Wow,
did. It's a
good job.
sequel to Halloween, but it wipes out all previous installments. So this wipes out obviously the reboots of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the sequels, which the only one I'll go to bat for is Texas
The
Chainsaw.
new generation or
No.
next generation.
No, fuck that one. That one sucked. I think that's the one with
McConaughey.
McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. That one
Yes,
sucks
it is.
ass. That
was the first one I ever saw.
That one was number 4. Lame. Really lame kills. Nothing cool really happens in it. The third one had Viggo Mortensen, and that one also sucked ass. But number 2 had Dennis Hopper. And while it was very campy and silly, very, very, very enjoyable movie.
They got some heavy hitters.
They did. Yeah. But like the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie was fucking dark and gritty, and you just felt unclean watching it. And the sequel was very silly, but still kind of brutal and really enjoyable in its own way. The rest of the movie sucked ass. Some people make the case for the 2003 one with Jessica Biel, but this one wipes them all out. It's still called Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and a bunch of fucking influencers buy the town of Harlow, Texas. They get the deeds.
They buy the whole town.
Whole town. They get the deed to every near abandoned building in that town, and they're like, we're going to take this over, and they're fucking documenting it on their social medias, and they have a whole bunch of followers that are coming to like look at the town and potentially buy those houses from the influencer that bought them all and start like their own community.
All right. Well, I'm just pause you for a second. I have lost even interest in hearing about this. So I'm going to go pee while you continue.
You knock
Fair
yourself
enough.
out.
Don't
Shuddy.
fall in.
So they have like the most insufferable fucking people in this movie. The people that they cast in it were unlikable. The characters they were playing were unlikable. They crowbar in like really douchey political, social commentary shit that just felt so fucking out of place and forced.
They touch on the vaccine?
No. Surprisingly, they didn't. But like gun control stuff, dude. They wrote in one of these characters is a school shooting survivor. Like that just made it really cringy to me. Like, ew, dude. Like what a fucking soulless plot point to hijack for a horror movie.
For real.
Just really, really dumb.
So did they do anything right in this?
Yes.
Are you sucking any cool kills?
Very cool kills.
Okay, all right.
So the only saving grace of this movie, because like it starts and like there's this fucking girl in it that she dresses like Kramer and she looks like fucking Horshack from Welcome Back, Kotter. Just anybody that lives outside of LA and hates LA people, this is the person they picture. And she was fucking just annoying to even look at. When they put like pictures out promoting this movie, like I just honed in on her and I'm like, wow, that's an annoying looking human. I would never be friends with her.
Are you saying Horshack? Because I spelled it just like
WHORE.
like Horshack.
No,
but I combined the words.
HOR Shack. Horshack from Welcome Back, Kotter.
I see.
Yeah, this chick looked just like him. And I was just furious with this movie until the kill started. The first kill, I'll spoil it for you. Leatherface grabs this cop by the wrist, snaps his arm down, and gives him a compound fracture in the wrist. Like, brutal, completely snapped off. And then proceeds to repeatedly stab this guy in the neck with his own severed bone arm.
Oh!
And it is
That sounds pretty rad.
It's vicious. The kills in this movie are downright fucking vicious. Buckets of blood and gore.
Okay.
And I gotta say, like, I'm a sucker for bloody kills. He doesn't cut away. Leatherface fucks these fools up. It is merciless. Kills are way better than Scream, way better than the new Halloween movie. If you like kills, another thing that's good about this movie is it's incredibly short. Like the credits roll before it's even an hour and 20 minutes in.
What?
Yeah.
Well, at least they got it over fast. I can appreciate that.
It's short. It's full of like really, really gory, brutal kills.
So it's not bad.
It sucked.
Yeah,
Even
do you
with
want
that.
to take a guess what its rating on Rotten Tomatoes is?
Yes. I'll guess 34.
Damn, 31 currently.
Wow. It's
Did you know that?
no. I mean, I knew everybody was hating it. Like critics are saying it's shit, viewers are saying it's shit. I think out of all the people that have watched it on Letterboxd, I think I even rated it the highest.
Like of Puminati?
Yeah, I mean, the only person I follow that have watched it so far are Mark and Dom.
Yeah, what does Dom say? That's
Dom gave
I
it.
can tell you, they both did not like it.
Yeah, Dom gave it 1 dick.
What?
Yeah, and Mark Rooster gave it 2 dicks.
But Mark wrote a scathing review, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean everybody did. I even typed out a review for this one.
You even included it in your "I want my money back" list.
I did?
Didn't
oh wow,
you?
I don't even remember doing that.
Wait, you
I
can
might
make
have.
your own list, or has like,
No, you can create your own lists.
and you
In
have a
Letterboxd.
I want my own, or I want my money back list.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
It's
let me
not
get
in
over
there.
there.
I'm sorry. Jesus Rolls, Jupiter Ascending,
Yeah. The true turds.
She Dies, Tomorrow.
I mean, as much shit as I talked, the kills were brutal enough to get it up to a 2.5 dicker, but even that's pushing it. If you like gory kills, then you should 100% watch it. You can suffer through the bullshit to watch hipsters just get mauled. Because I won't spoil any of the other kills, but they're all on par with getting your wrist snapped open and then stabbed repeatedly to death in your neck with your protruding bones.
I'm trying to find your account here on. Okay. Following 5. I've been on this app a few times. I'm very interested in the movies that you want your money back for.
There's a part in the beginning where they stop for gas, and the gas attendant recognizes them towards the end, and when they walk out, he goes, "Gentrifuckers."
Gentrifuckers.
Gentrifuckers.
instead of
gentrified.
gentrifiers.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and like one girl screams at Leatherface and calls him Leatherfuck. It was just like, oh my god, you fucking douchebags! What are you doing?
Terrible.
But shout out on the kills; they kicked ass. What did you guys end up watching?
I forgot to review this last week, and I'm not really in the best condition to review it this week, but there's a new wave punk band from the late 70s called X-Ray Specs that I enjoy very much, that a documentary about the lead singer that came out called Polystyrene, I Am a Cliche. That was really, I bought it on Apple TV and it was worth the money. It was very, very entertaining, and it was unlike documentaries like Val and stuff. It did not shy away from talking about the skeletons in the closet and wasn't just a fluff kind of.
It goes into it delves into their old tweets.
Well, so what it is it's a film by her daughter. Polystyrene died several years ago, and it's her daughter now coming to terms with her mother's death and archiving her life because of this band, and telling the good and the bad, and how she wasn't the best mother, and how she was dealing with demons that made her not really present, and so when people find out that Polystyrene was her mom and they ask her if she was a good mom, it's a tough question for her to answer, because sometimes she was and sometimes she was, having a breakdown and wasn't there and was so it was a lot of fun to watch.
Nice.
And then I finished season 1 of Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, that was a dope finale.
Geoff, did you?
No, I have to catch up. How many episodes were in the season? It was 8, right?
8.
I was hoping to catch up before the season finale, but I just didn't know the season was wrapping up when it did. So my bad. And I had all this time on my hands. I watched stupid fucking things. So. What did you think of Peacemaker?
John Cena is a treasure.
Yeah.
He has.
Do you think he just moves The Rock out of his position eventually, or do you think they both just become like?
I think
stars?
they occupy the Venn diagram of their overlap is a little bit different.
Yeah, because John Cena seems to do the sillier shit than
John
The Rock.
Cena tried the more serious kind of acting with movies like The Marine and 12 Rounds, and didn't really catch on. But he is.
I think his comedic timing is really good.
In both Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, he really shows that he's got a comedic side that that's the lane he should stay in. Like,
I watched that goofy movie you like, Shuddy, the Vacation Friends.
Okay, yeah, that was really good with him.
It wasn't, but he did a good job in it.
He was in Blockers, right?
Ridiculous.
It had its moments. It wasn't terrible.
You thought he killed it in Blockers, right? He was good in that movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he found his lane. Like, just be the super buff goofy guy.
Yeah, I think he's phenomenal at it. I'm very glad there's a season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, they greenlit that shit early.
And from what I saw, James Gunn is going to write and direct every episode of season 2.
Damn. I mean, he wrote every episode of season 1. He just didn't direct them all.
Correct. And you had people like Jody Hill directing an episode of Peacemaker.
Yep.
I loved Peacemaker, every second of it.
Yeah, it was good. It even turned Rent around on John Cena.
John Cena.
She thought he was a chode.
Everybody was excellent in it. I really liked the girl from Orange Is the New Black in it.
And the future Mrs. James Gunn, she was really good.
Nope, that's not who I was talking about. But yes,
no, I was adding to the list of people that were good.
Harcourt, Steve Agee was, right? That's the right name.
Yep.
He was fucking amazing in it. It was so good. I loved Peacemaker. And I started, have you guys been watching Raised by Wolves season 2?
No, I didn't even finish season 1. That main woman android that walks around like a drunk baby, she ruined it for me. I couldn't stand
I didn't
her.
see the first season.
We've been watching season 2, and the first 3 episodes were dreadful.
Yikes.
Episode 4 picked up. Shit started finally happening, but it seems like HBO, with their more weird, dramatic kind of shows lately, have gone on a really shitty first 3 episode arc, and then episode 4 is when it really ramps up.
That's how I felt about Succession. I don't know if that's not really the same type of show, obviously, but the first.
But it's a dramatic show, so it fits into that. Like, I don't know why they need to make you sit through 3 excruciating episodes before there's one like they really wait until you're at the point where you're like, if something doesn't happen, I'm done. And then something fucking happens.
Oh, they bring you back in.
Yep.
Bring me back in.
What'd you end up watching, Jeff?
I watched all Netflix things. I started Inventing Anna Del Rey.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people I follow, a lot of people on my Twitter timeline, all seemingly said the same thing, where it's pretty good. Like, Julia Garner kills it. The girl who plays Ruth in Ozark is the star of Inventing Anna Delvey, I think it's called. Whatever.
It's just called Inventing Anna.
Inventing Anna, sorry. But mostly say that the show around her kind of sucks. And I mostly agree. I don't think it's very good, but I don't have any basketball to watch, and I was drinking beers last night. And I was like, fuck it. I got through like 3 or 4 episodes, and I don't think it's very good. It stars
Sharon. I have not watched it. Sharon watched it and said sort of the same thing. She's like, I don't know why I keep watching it because it's not very good, but
I keep watching it. I'm with Sharon on that one. I don't know.
I watched a little bit of it, and her accent was weird, and it's because she's playing a Russian German.
Right. Allegedly. I don't know. Like, I'm 4 episodes in, because apparently this person like is accused of like faking a lifestyle, like a lifestyle as like a rich German heiress. So that's what she's being accused of, and that's what the story talks about. And the story follows a journalist, the story follows a journalist who's trying to get this story for her magazine, and she spends way too much time in the story, which isn't that cool, honestly. But I don't know. I'm watching it. Julia Garner, everyone says she's phenomenal. I kind of see it. I think she's good in Ozark. She's pretty good in this, but I mean, I'm watching it for a reason. I would give most of the credit to her. And the other star in it is a girl from My Girl, who I thought just fell off a cliff. Like,
no, she's been on like Veep this whole time, apparently.
Yeah, she was on Veep.
I never saw that.
She was really good on Veep.
Is Veep good? Do you like Veep?
I watched it weekly from the time it started till the time it ended. Veep was fantastic.
Fair enough.
I mean,
I've seen a handful
Julia
of episodes.
Louis-Dreyfus, Buster Bluth,
My Girl,
and that black dude.
Well, I never
Richard something.
I never
Richard
saw
Miller.
So no, that's me.
So I just thought she
Sam
fell
Richardson,
off the face of the
not
earth.
Richard anything. Sam Richardson. Richard was in his name.
I can't score it. I'm only 4. I think there's 9 episodes, and they're all like at least an hour long. There's like a couple hour and 5 minutes. I think I'm gonna watch it, but it's pretty good. I don't really recommend it. And the other 2 things that I saw were Netflix documentaries. I saw The Downfall of Boeing, which is kind of fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
And
I heard about that. They did like the whole thing from Fight Club. Like they plugged in the algorithm, did the math, and like, is it worth losing all these profits for or risking more death? Yeah, let's roll the dice and risk more death rather than lose money. Right?
Yeah. So it's called The Downfall of Boeing, and it briefly goes through the history of Boeing, which is an airplane manufacturer, like fucking whatever, one of the biggest American companies really ever.
Yeah.
And since their merger with I think it's called Douglas and McDougal or something, they merged with that company, and ever since they merged, like there's been less of an onus of building planes that don't crash and more of like we got to make the most money, right? That's how these things work. And they were getting killed. Boeing was getting killed by Airbus, which is essentially Boeing in Europe, because
which is a French company.
They figured out how to build a fuel efficient commercial airline jet before Boeing did. And
McDonnell Douglas is what you were looking for.
Thank you, McDonnell Douglas.
You're welcome.
So they started killing Boeing. So Boeing made the 747 MAX, which is just like essentially these crazy motherfuckers just took the 747 and like stretched it out and added a computer to it. Like, yeah, same thing. But they didn't do like a good enough job testing if the thing would fucking fly. And they didn't train pilots on the new software, the new computer they put into it, because they didn't want to like confuse them with boring stuff that didn't matter. And like every pilot in the pilots union obviously went fucking nuts. Like, what do you mean you're not going to train us on additional shit you put on a plane? Like, so essentially, like, they think that they worked out all the kinks, but these planes are still flying. And yeah, there hasn't been a crash in 2 years, but it's like the Fight Club thing that you referenced. Like, really, I mean, maybe they go down this year. Like, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's kind of terrifying. Like, I was watching it high, obviously. I mean, I watch most things high. I was watching it high. I was like, oh my God.
Oh no.
Like, I'm going to try to look for Airbus only flights.
Yeah, make sure that when you're
Boeing.
booking flights back to visit home that you're not flying on a Boeing.
I think
Definitely
you're a
not the
pussy,
Max.
Jeff. I mean, regulations would just infringe on these rich people's freedoms, and I don't like that.
I'm not getting political
That
here.
really goes against your libertarian ideals, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, my conservatism looks
Jeff
down
is
on
definitely a libertarian.
that.
I
Do
think-
I give off libertarian vibes?
I think you're more of a crustacean.
Yeah, I'm definitely crusty. It was a pretty good documentary. And
You watched the whole thing?
yeah, dude, it was like an hour and 20 minutes. It was pretty short. So that was actually good. I'll give it a 4
All right.
because
That's not bad.
I like documentaries, and it was fast, and it really kind of fucking nailed the point. And then the other one that I watched the Kanye doc, which comes out in 3 parts.
Fucking knew you were
It's
going
an
to watch
hour
that.
and a half part. I didn't want to. I swear to God, if basketball was on, I probably wouldn't have watched it. Actually, that's a lie, because like a lot of people that I follow on Twitter are also basketball fans and like gambling, like they're big gamblers and like basketball gamblers, and there's a few of them that, you know, when basketball went off, they're like, you know, I checked out this Kanye doc and now I have time and it's fucking sick. And it is. It's fucking sick. I obviously am not going to get you on board with it.
No.
But
Nope.
the documentary, it's all based on footage that this guy have always taken of Kanye. So like this guy, this aspiring stand-up comedian whose name is Cootie something, I don't know, goes by
Cootie Pootie?
goes by Cootie. Just like stopped doing comedy, just quit, and was like, after he met Kanye, and was like, I'm just gonna follow around this guy. I'm gonna make a documentary of this guy, and literally just started following Kanye before he was signed to Rockefeller. So the first part of the documentary, the only part that's out, is just following Kanye in his early years, him trying to get signed, and it's all like footage of them of Kanye at the time. So it's like as good of footage as you can get. That's the thing. That's the only like selling point that I could. Obviously, it being Kanye completely takes it out, but it's as good of documentary footage as you could possibly get on someone. Like, or
Is
following
his
him
new
in the
album
moment.
really going to be $230?
I don't fucking know. I'm not even interested in it. It's named after his. I never knew what his mom's name was, but his mom's name is Donda. And
Wait a second. Kanye's mom is E Honda?
I'll shoot him some bail on this because he was always a fucking maniac, right? He was always just a crazy, narcissistic maniac. But like when his mom died, it did kind of ramp up, and you saw it. Like after he gets done pitching a whole bunch of record executives on, trying to get signed to his label, he goes back to Chicago and goes to the condo that he bought his mom with producing the H the Izzo beat. And they're talking to him, and she's like the only one that can connect to this fucking airhead. Like the guy, you don't like his music, but like I do, and like he is a fucking artist, and like no one can connect to him, but like his mom actually can reach him. And then when she died,
knew how to speak his level of retard.
She could humble him. You know what I mean? Like she would straight up every now and then be like, maybe you're a little much, so you don't need to be this much of a narcissist.
Yeah, how many of your own farts did you eat today, Kanye?
It was crazy because it's him in real time just saying like, this is gonna work. It has to work. Like I'm going to get my mom a new house. Like it's gonna work. And like everyone like the guy literally quit his career to just fucking follow Kanye. And like Kanye's mom was like, yeah, you're gonna blow up. And like he kept getting rejected by record labels and just being like, yeah, I'm dope. I'm going to kill it. Like, just watch. It's fucking crazy. Just see him that committed and people telling him, like, I don't know, man, you're a fucking producer, not really a rapper. And I don't know. I just, like, I've seen his whole career, right? Like, College Dropout, his first album came out when I was a freshman in college. And I remember him making the H to the Izzo beat and him being, like, that was, like, when I, like, in prime Wigger days. That's, like, when I fucking...
Well, I don't know that you can say that anymore.
I think I can. I just did, so we're just gonna do it. It's just let's not spotlight it. So that's like when I was like huge into hip hop, and I was like subscribed to The Source and Double XL and following all these fucking like hip hop online.
Fubu, am I right?
Right? Yeah, and I was that kind of turd. But, like, I knew of Kanye as a producer, and I didn't think he could rap. And, like, that, I remember this coming out and all this happening. So, I don't know. It was sick. Like, I thought the documentary sick. And, like, if you're not a fan of Kanye, you're just not going to like it. So, there's, you can just fast forward through this or hit the 30-second button. But if you do like Kanye, like, it's a fucking phenomenal documentary. It really is. Because it's all original footage at the time. And that's kind of the holy grail of, like, documentary shit, right?
Yeah.
So, I like it.
Where's the motherfucker that should be following us around so when we're finally big?
I don't know if there's enough hard drive space for someone to film me from when I thought I was going to be an entertainer to the actual point where I'm successful, because, yeah, I feel like you would fill every hard drive on Earth with footage. Like, man, is this guy ever going to fucking break? I think we should just bail on this guy.
We're going on 20 years.
Yeah.
You just need to have a bigger head, a bigger ego.
Yeah.
It's going to work. I'm the man.
I got to start eating more of my own farts. So did you watch all of it, all the Kanye thing, or is it not out yet?
No, there's 3 parts. I watched the first one.
Mm.
And it's just him up until the point where he's signed by Rockefeller. Like, he plays the first a couple tracks for the College Dropout album for Scarface.
Yeah.
And Scarface is just kind of like, this is incredible, and just like has nothing else to say. He doesn't even get on, like, he doesn't even do a song. He just like hears Kanye play a beat and rap the Family Business track. And he's just like, this is incredible. Wow. Just like walks out of the studio like in awe. And the coolest thing is Kanye in his mother's house talks about meeting Jay-Z, giving him the H to the Izzo beat, and Jay-Z doing the one take Hove shit. You know about this? Where Jay-Z's like famous for, you just play a beat and in 5 minutes he'll produce the whole fucking song. He'll do the whole rap. Like Rick Rubin talked about it. Rick Rubin did the Black album.
Yeah.
The Jay-Z Black album, did 99 Problems. And he's like, he played the beat, I watched him bob, and then just do the fucking song. He's like, I've never seen anything like that. And Kanye did the same thing. Like, he goes to a party at Jay-Z's house or at Jay-Z's like record studio, and everyone's like fucking. There's a lot of commotion. Jay-Z's like, "Come here, come." They go to a separate room. He puts on the H to Izzo beat. Jay-Z's bobbing his head and just fucking does it. And Kanye is like telling the story with his mom there, and he's just like, when he did it, like I just instantly thought like, oh my God, I'm buying you a new condo. Like I'm gonna move you out of the hood. And it was like kind of a cool moment. It was like, fuck, that's sick.
Yeah,
that's sick because he's like instantly he nailed H to the Izzo. I'm sitting there watching it and like I'm moving into a new tax bracket. Like this is sick. It's like, all right, that's cool. But again, I would suck 5 dicks, but I'm a huge Kanye fan.
Yeah,
you're never gonna watch it.
You would suck 5 dicks.
You're never gonna watch it.
Nope, that is true. Real quick, because man, we really went long. But we'll get to the rest of the emails next week. But I want to do this one from our friend Bonesy, which
some fucking nerd.
Who rated "Marry Me" starring Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson 4.5 dicks on Letterboxd.
Well, once again, Shuddy Boy just jumping straight ahead of things and torpedoing
I'm sorry.
it.
I didn't mean to. I saw that and I was like, if we have any chance to talk about this, I have to mention that.
Well, here, I'll get to it then. So he says, "Hey guys, Bonesy here. Shows lately have been amazing. Literally laughing out loud in the car while listening." Now you got me doubting that statement, Bonesy. I hope you're happy. I'm sure it's making me look fucked to other people, but I don't even care anymore. Having too much fun. Here's a quick movie review on the rom-com Marry Me. So people that haven't, I saw this trailer in the theaters for the first time, and when this started like happening, people were laughing at it. People were laughing at the trailer, which was a serious trailer. It wasn't like funny stuff they were laughing at. They were laughing at the sincere moments.
Wait, did we see this together? Because this happened in my theater too. Like people were laughing. I was like, wait, is this fucking happening?
I might have gone by myself for this one.
Okay,
but it's essentially J-Lo plays, or it's a real reach here. She plays a pop star, and she's like dating some younger guy. They're engaged. He's a superstar. They have some huge, massive event where they're going to get married together on stage and then do a concert. And right as she's about to take the stage, news leaks of her fiancé making out with some backup dancer chick or something. So she goes out on stage in her wedding dress, and she's all kerfluffled, and she's like, and she has a real moment. And she looks out in the crowd, and Owen Wilson is in the crowd holding up a sign that says, "Marry Me." And she goes, "Yes, you know what? Fine, I will. I will marry you right now." And she marries Owen Wilson.
Yeah. Like, it's just the worst rom-com story setup ever. Like,
this trailer got laughed off the screen.
Yeah, and Bonesy.
So Bonesy watched it, and he says, "Was hesitant going in, but this was a fun watch. You laughed where you were supposed to laugh and teared up in the parts meant to be sad. Owen Wilson and J-Lo had great..." Mind you, we don't get a lot of emails from Bonesy.
I don't think we've ever had one.
We don't hear from Bonesy that often, other than in the comment section and stuff.
Or MSPH Wrestling.
Yeah. He felt compelled to type out a review of Marry Me for us.
But the best part is, wait, did you already say the grade? Does he give the grade?
Well, no, Shuddy just looked it up on his Letterboxd.
I didn't even look it up. I was just looking through the recently rated by friends, and it popped up, and I was like, "Oh, this needs to be addressed."
So he's writing an email about a movie that's not even a 5-dicker. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so he goes on to say, Owen Wilson and J-Lo had great chemistry, and the supporting cast was very enjoyable to watch. The story, though pretty unbelievable, played very well on screen. I'm definitely happy to have gone, and Hallmark qualities aside, this is the best rom-com I've seen in a long while. Also, definitely one to get the wife ready to fuck your brains out later that night for taking her to such a satisfying movie. Have a great week, and keep up the amazing work, Bonesy. I get the impression Bonesy was just fucking drunk on pussy when he wrote us this email.
Even hearing, as shocking as the fact that he rated this 4.5 stars is, the fact that he would talk like that in an email is even more shocking with all of the interactions I've had with him. He seems just a very mild-mannered kind of guy. And
Yeah, he channeled Dominic reviewing fucking Toxic Avenger or some shit.
Dude, so he DM'd me on Slack. He's yesterday, or was it today? I don't know. I said I should send an email to MSPH, have a movie recommendation to guaranteed to get you laid after.
Yep, that was
I did.
There it was. That was it.
I did. Whoa! Laugh out loud. He said it's a new theater movie.
Oh, Bonesy.
And I didn't continue the conversation. Unfortunately, sorry, I just got like bogged down with stuff, and I had to come up here.
I just looked over and I saw over Jeff's shoulder. He just blocked Bonesy on Slack.
Fuck, dude.
Jesus Christ. Well,
Like, what a random like fucking thing to stick your neck out for.
I know. The new J-Lo Owen Wilson vehicle.
Like, I kind of like want to watch it now. I mean, like, what?
I mean, it's streaming for free on the Cock.
Of course it is.
It was in theaters and the Cock day one release. So
Well, I'm not gonna get late if I don't go to the theater to see it.
that's true. Yeah, that's where it really works its magic.
Could I get a hand job if I watch it in the cock?
Yeah, but it's gonna be from a dude.
Oh no! As long as it's not related to me. It's only fucking people I see nowadays.
All right. Well, shout out to you, Bonesy, you fucking beast of a man.
Wow,
And,
you really put your reputation on the line.
Yeah. And shout out to you and the Puminati. Thank you for listening. Thank you guys all so much for your support over the years. We truly appreciate it. And if you need more MSPH in your life, especially if you want to hear fresh new show, Dragon Ball Queef, dropping on Wednesday, subscribe. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. You've heard us ramble endlessly about all the content that's available there. It's fucking worth it. We wouldn't try and sell you a lumpy log of shit. You're going to be happy with it.
We would
I
never do
promise
that.
you. Yep. So check that out, and you can see the show. If you want to see Shuddy Boy and get receipts of his Power Hour, subscribe to us. Oh, he goes in for another one. What a beast. You and Bonesy, couple of fucking animals.
Fucking Bonesy.
YouTube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. If you want to subscribe and see instead of just listening. And what else is Mad Scientist Party Hour at gmail.com if you'd like to recommend some rom-coms that will get us all laid into oblivion or anything that's on your head. You can email them to us or call our voicemails yay line at 201-472-0139. You can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Geoff Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. Check out Bet Slippin' Podcast, Jeff's Sports Betting Podcast. Shuddy Boy, are you going to be able to function for the Patreon show and hit us with...
Oh, yeah. I'm bringing my A game.
All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you in Patreon land, but until next time, do something.